Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, we make like the Spirit Tracks and choose you. It's dangerous to go alone, so the Nintendo Cartridge Society goes with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. Mark, how's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your comic book came out yesterday? Let's just jump right into it, because that is exciting.
Yes, my comic book is out on the shelves in real stores. It's in real stores, Mark. You can buy it. You can read Transformers, having a nice cozy time together. And it would mean the world to me if you did.
Here's something that would mean the world to me if you borrowed Patrick's copy of Sonic Forces.
Yeah, look, my copy of Sonic Forces is still out in the wild. I don't know where it is now. It will come back to us.
Yeah, like Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey.
Right.
Sonic Forces is probably The Mean Cat.
It might at different points be all three.
That feels perfect to me.
I could see it being the Michael J. Fox dog, and I could also see it being Shadow. Oh, Shadow.
Liam Neeson would 100% do the voice for Shadow in the inevitable Disney Plus remake of that, right?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Also, Shadow, a character in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Synergy.
Yes, we've done it. It's all looped back around. If you want to borrow my copy of this game, all you got to do is get on the list by emailing us at nintendocartridgesociety@gmail.com and giving us a physical mailing address that we can send it to. I send it to you. You play it for as long as you want. You send it back, hopefully. I mean, who knows?
The system has not failed us yet.
Right. It may be failing us right now. There's really no way to know.
We won't know until it either... We'll just never know.
We'll never know.
We will never know.
We will assume success until one of us dies.
Or both, really, because like if I die first, I hope that you continue to eternally, just keep the eternal optimism of the Sonic Forces borrowing program.
I will keep sending it out to people. I won't do the show without you, but I will just keep sending out my
We
copy
could
of Sonic
totally
Forces.
do a Three Stooges type situation where you get Curly Joe in here to do a reasonable facsimile of Mark.
Well, real Mark, we need to move on because we have a big show today. We've got Ryan Mogge back to do some fun Nintendo stuff. So let's get into it. We are joined today by podcaster Ryan Mogge. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, man. Thank you for being here. You're like our go-to whenever we have a bowl that we need to put stuff in, or if we're talking about bad 80s or 90s movies. And bad is questionable. They're not always bad.
Sometimes they're really bad.
Sometimes they're really bad.
Sometimes they're really, really bad. And no, she's not here to discuss the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which is coming out tomorrow.
I dodged a bullet.
Are we going to do an episode about that?
I mean, we should.
You have, whoa. I didn't realize you
It was
were.
in question?
It's a question.
We just haven't talked about it.
Yeah,
we haven't discussed it.
We are it comes out very soon.
Very soon.
It comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, you really have to commit to this.
Well, here's the thing. It comes out on Valentine's Day, which leads me to a email that we got from Lizzie. Lizzie writes, "Hello, long time no letter. Hope you guys are doing well. It is the season of love, both romantic and platonic. So I wanted to know, what Nintendo character would you like to be your Valentine? For instance, I would want mine to be Bowser because I feel he would go all out for it, just like he did with his and Peach's wedding. Thanks for being a great podcast, Lizzie. P.S. How cute is the special edition Animal Crossing Switch?"
Oh, it's so cute.
It's really cute.
So cute. I love the dock. I love the dock.
Are you might have already talked about, are you going to do it?
No, I don't think so. Mark, are you going to?
Is it worth the cuteness?
It's very cute.
It's pretty cute. I don't know that it's $300 cute.
Oh my God, it's Valentine's Day. Does your husband have an Animal Crossing Switch?
There you go. Lizzie, thank you for the email. That is exactly what we're going to do today. The aforementioned bowl is full of names of Nintendo characters that we are going to determine who they would be the best Valentine fit for. Or if they are a poor Valentine fit for all of us, then they get thrown into some fourth category that we don't much care for.
Right.
Duds.
Yeah, the duds.
Duds.
That's right. We're really, when you think about it, we're sorting these Nintendo characters into studs or
And
duds.
That's right.
Based on the hit Fox television show of the 90s, we each have heart necklaces on.
Are you the only person who remembers that show?
Possibly, hopefully, one listener.
Yeah,
that's what I'm really hoping. It's just one person who's
got
thought
your
about
back.
studs.
Yep.
Thought about Fox. Then they're like, "Oh yeah, those heart necklaces." And then I said it. They're fist pumping in their car right now.
It's really too bad that those didn't take off like puka shell necklaces did.
Yeah, it's a shame that those did take off the way they did. All right, so what do you look for in a Valentine? Because I think a Valentine is different, right, than like a significant other. Right?
Yeah, I think that can be true for sure.
So Mark, what do you look for in a Valentine?
Okay, so my strongest Valentine's Day memories are definitely from like elementary school, when you made your Valentine's Day box,
right?
And you made Valentines for everybody in the class. They were mine. I always bought I didn't buy, but got boxes of nerds, and then you would write the to and the from on the back, put them in. So
man, that's brilliant on Nerds' part.
Yes.
That they just made their candy a Valentine.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So smart.
Genius.
And they last forever, so you can eat those in summer, and they're still good.
To me, what I think I'm looking for in a Valentine is somebody who is just super sweet.
Okay.
Right? Really kind.
Okay.
Really they're do you know what? I've planned Valentine's Day. You don't have to worry about it at all. And sure, most of the time the plans were giving you M&Ms, right?
Sure. That's a great plan.
Is there any way in that this is not just strictly food based?
I mean, it's important to me. I'm not gonna lie.
No, food is really an important part of Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Whether it's chocolate or candy or just going out to a restaurant, that's really what I want on Valentine's Day, is somebody to think about what I'm gonna do for food.
Yes.
Like a planner. That's great.
That's good.
I would love that.
A planner is nice. I think for me, for Valentine's Day, because it's so inherently a cheesy day,
yes,
I think a cheesy person, or a person who's willing to buy into cheesiness, even if it's let's go to Target and each spend $10 and buy each other presents.
Ooh, yeah.
It can be spontaneous. It doesn't have to be planned, but it's just let's buy into the silliness of this day.
100%.
And make each other feel special. I don't need to get that fancy. I don't want to make the plans. I guess that's as soon as you said that, I was like, that's
crucial
the dream.
to me.
Yeah.
Someone else making the plan.
Thought about it. Yeah.
When I was younger, when I was in high school or junior high school, I was always the Valentine's Day planner. I always wanted there to be a thing that happened, or a cool thing that we saw or ate or whatever. So I'm going to actually go a little bit the opposite and go that I want someone who recognizes that Valentine's Day is stupid, and we're going to do some of the Valentine's Day things but make fun of it. So I want someone with a healthy appreciation for the irony of enjoying Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think all of our characters are going to have that sense of irony.
No, I don't think so either.
Some of them are really earnest.
But maybe the ones that we find will be your true Valentine.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
I think each of us in this bucket, in this bowl, has at least one true Valentine.
I think so too. And we should name them by the end of this.
Yes.
Our definitive true Valentine.
I love it.
Okay, so let's start with an obvious. Let's start with Mario.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He is Mr. Nintendo, Mr. Video, right? So how would Mario be as a Valentine?
So the thing about Mario to me is that I think of him as somebody who's kind, but I don't think of him as a planner. I do not. He's reactionary.
Yeah, he's not particularly
somebody who's
thoughtful.
Right.
But he is energetic.
Yes. He has a lot of enthusiasm, but you have to kind of like direct it.
I think he would do the normal Valentine stuff. It might be that he does it on his way home from plumbing, but he will stop and get you a heart-shaped candy box.
And but I think it'll be like the big one, too.
Oh, yeah. He's not even cheap out. He might get some flowers.
But I think you have to remind him. Like, even if it's just like dropping like a hint like the day before or whatever.
You don't think Luigi's going to remind him for you?
No, I think Luigi is done fighting that fight. I think he has reminded Mario like over and over, and like this year he's like, no, not this time.
Also, and not to get too deep into it, but I mean, Pandora's box is open.
We're there.
Do we think Mario is ever gonna get over Peach?
So could he ever like be our Valentine? Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Or is that more fun because you're not gonna have to talk to him in March?
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be off trying to get Peach to love him again.
Yeah, and then there's like something dangerous about it. You know he's taken.
Yeah. Well, no, she doesn't really want him.
Well, sure. Yeah, so it's not even really like he'd be cheating necessarily.
No, I mean, he would let you pretend he was cheating. You could tell.
I know, but like, but there's that like floor mat aspect of him that you're just kind of like, whatever. Like you're just letting me do this because you let me do whatever I want.
Yeah, because he has no specific aims of his own. He just wants to like run and jump and have fun. Maybe he's not that good of a Valentine.
Yeah, I don't think he would fill the bill for. First, when I was driving here thinking about Mario as a Valentine, I thought, oh, maybe he would be fun. But I think you guys are right. I don't think he's gonna put enough thought into it.
Workmanlike,
and he's not necessarily a real team player.
No.
So sorry, Mario.
Yeah, I think Mario's a dud.
Mario's a dud. All right, now let's start pulling from. Yeah, go for it, Mark.
Okay. All right. Our first
name from the mystery bowl
would be Valentine. Rosalina.
Okay.
She is a babe.
Rosalina.
Rosalina is a good get for whoever ends up with Rosalina.
Which would almost be kind of stressful. Be with like that much of a babe.
It would be so true.
Oh.
I mean, she's a real 10.
Yes.
She is.
Absolutely.
And that would be a lot like.
And look, she's an outer space 10, okay?
And she knows it. Like, not in a snotty way.
No.
Like,
but
she's aware
she's
of
her
sure
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is like super attractive.
Oh my gosh.
But I agree with you that I'd be so
it would be intimidating.
Yeah,
also,
it'd be intimidating.
Like, she's going to whatever adventure she's going to take you on is going to be some like intergalactic, like weirdly peaceful journey throughout the stars. You're going to be taken out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You're going to see some amazing stuff, but you're also going to want to know like where can I use the bathroom? Right? Like
you are going to want to ask her because you're not going to want to like show any humanity.
Right. And I think that's like the hard part because although we are just saying like Valentine,
right?
So not necessarily like soulmate.
True.
Yes.
And honestly, it would be kind of nice to have a Valentine's if you're going on an adventure in the stars. You're not dealing with any long waits at restaurants.
No.
You're not dealing with any other couples and all their neuroses.
That's right.
You're not. I mean, she's not going to bring you chocolates and flowers. Like, it's going to be something you never even imagined.
Like, she genuinely might not even know that it's Valentine's Day.
I mean,
because her like what she's dealing with, what she's dealing with is like so beyond all of this.
Gosh, but you just get to spend it with her. I mean,
I
want it, but I can't say it's my.
It's definitely not mine. It's definitely not right. Like she's not planning anything.
No, but
she's not figuring out where you're gonna eat.
I can't say no to Rosalina.
I know,
also can't say no to Rosalina. Well, so is she cool enough that like there is irony there or not?
See, it's hard because like I don't.
She's also very genuine.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think like irony is in her realm.
Yeah.
You know, and again, like I think you have to understand Valentine's Day in order to be ironic about
it.
True.
And that's true.
I think she has like Lumas to worry about.
Yeah, I don't think she's worried about it. And I think if you tried to explain it to her, she'd be like, "That's sweet."
Yeah, she would be very like understanding, but you could tell that she's like, "This is the stupidest thing." I've heard of ever.
But she'd still like spell your name out in stars or something.
That's pretty great.
That is pretty great, but like it doesn't take a ton of work for her to do it. So you're kind of like,
wow.
I think it's going to be very hard for someone to measure up for you, Mark.
Moving the stars in the sky. Not enough for Mark Mitchell.
I'm just saying, like, for her, like, if I did it, that'd be super impressive.
Mm-hmm.
She does it. That's just like part of what she does.
But you would be impressed because you're
very
a person.
clearly is not impressed.
I mean, I would be impressed. Of course, I would be impressed.
So I think we all love her, but
I can't claim her.
I don't think
she's like a little bit too remote. It feels rude to put her with the duds, but we have no other path.
I mean, she could be like superstar.
Too good for us.
Yes.
Yeah,
super stud.
She's a super stud. Rosalina is in the super stud pile. Ryan, do you want to pull the next name?
Okay.
Yeah, we made these very difficult to open.
Captain Toad.
Oh, Captain Toad. Another adventurer.
Another adventurer, but in a very different way, because he is a scaredy cat.
Mm.
But he's not a scaredy cat in like a Luigi sort of way.
Right. He's not a coward.
Right. Yes.
Okay, but we'll get to it probably.
So like Captain Toad's whole deal, right, is that he is finding the like most minute, like insignificant treasures to aid Mario on his quest, right? So that like Toad works like the whole game to get 1 star that he then gives to Mario to like carry forward. So I feel like this is going to be a real like acts of service Valentine, right?
Ooh,
it's like, what is your love language?
Yes.
And if it is like gifts and acts of service, like Captain Toad could be great. The one thing that I will say about Captain Toad is if he is like driven to something else, like if he's working really hard to get treasure for Mario and not for you, that might be difficult because you're feeling like, oh, why are you paying so much attention to Mario?
But does he buy into Valentine's Day? Because if he buys into Valentine's Day, you're getting a really special, thoughtful gift.
I think
does he forget Valentine's Day because he's consumed by his day job?
I think we have to assume that his drive to like help Mario is indicative of how he just like approaches.
It's transferable.
Things.
It's not just Mario. I would also say that I don't know that you would be getting a great gift. You'd be getting a really like thoughtful gift, like one that he spent a lot of time considering whether he thought it would be like helpful or useful, but you might like it might not be it wouldn't be flashy necessarily.
So there'd be a lot of pressure on you to show appreciation.
Yes.
Yeah, you would definitely have.
May or may not feel appreciation.
Although he is used to Mario just collecting the star and then like moving on to collect like 8 more.
That's true. And it does not have to be reciprocal. So like you don't really have to do anything for Captain Toad.
Yeah, that's true.
But you should, because he gives all the time. He back.
Should. I mean, I think he would be scouring Yelp. He'd be asking his friends, right? Like he would really try to find the best restaurant, and whether it is or not, because like he's definitely gonna have a set price range.
Yes.
Yeah, he's on a budget.
He's on a budget. But like, so I'll offer up that like Captain Toad could be in my pile.
Yeah, I think Captain Toad is probably in your pile.
I think you can have Captain Toad.
All right,
you guys gave that up a little too easily. I'm a tad suspicious.
No, I'm just worried that if we do 5 minutes on each character,
that's true. There's a lot of characters
the
in this
episode is never gonna end.
Yeah. All right, Patrick, go ahead and give us our next one.
Okay, we are on Slippy Frog from Star Fox. So Slippy is the mechanic of the team. He's also kind of annoying.
Yeah, for sure.
Slippy is the one like. They all fly with you, right?
Yeah.
And like when Falco is like, "Hey, Fox, just stop shooting my ships," you're like, "Oh, that guy's like cool and intimidating." And then like Peppy's like, "Well, we could do this like we did with your dad, Fox." And it's like you understand like his perspective, but then Slippy's like,
Slippy's a lot.
Slippy's a lot.
He's stressed out.
Yeah, he's stressed out. He's maybe not that good a pilot.
His voice, annoying.
Grating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, not pleasant to be around Slippy.
But a handy man.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, but is that what you're looking for on Valentine's Day?
I'm trying
We're not talking about like
I'm
starting
trying to bring
a rehab
up
business.
any of his virtues.
I mean, if he's obnoxious,
yeah,
and he's not really good at people.
No.
I mean, I think he's a dud.
I feel like dud.
I think Slippy Frog is a dud.
I don't think you even need to explore how much of a dud.
Slippy goes in the dud pile.
All right.
And we move on to the next name in the mystery bowl.
All right. The next name is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wow.
I think he's going to be a good Valentine's.
I think he'd be fun. I don't think he'd be a good partner.
No.
But Valentine's, you're going to have an adventure. He's going to be like, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know that he'd plan anything.
I don't know that he'd plan anything, but he's quick on his feet in the sense that he would like think of something really fast. Like you wouldn't
it would appear planned.
Yes, exactly. You wouldn't be seen in the car being like, I don't know, I guess we could go to Outback, and he'd be like, Outback's fine with me, whatever you want to do, right? Yeah. He would just be like,
no, he'd grab you.
What are you hungry for?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. He's going to he's definitely going to lead you into, first of all, he's going to take you to some like weird cool places where they play great music.
Yes.
And I think that I think he's going to show you a cool time. Possibly a cooler time than anyone else.
I think he's going to show you a cool time, but I think he's a great fit for Ryan because I think that he would like buy in just enough to the Valentine's Day thing where he's like, I know this is special, right? And so I'm going to like kind of like go along with it.
Yep.
Like I'm not going to make fun of Valentine's Day at all, which I'm sorry, Patrick, to say, like, I don't think he has a bone of irony in his body.
Yeah.
But he is frequently too cool. He's frequently like above whatever's going on.
Yes, but he's because he's into 1,000 other things that are cooler. Not because he's rejecting.
Sure, okay.
I mean, I am so honored that you think of him as a good fit for me. I'm into it. I think here's the thing also about Sonic. He's a good time boy. On February 15th, you can go your separate ways and always remember Sonic fondly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you
And
had
he's going to be fine with it.
Yeah, you had adventures. You went listen to cool music. You had a good time.
Yeah.
It's not the pressure of this day there'd be no pressure.
It's so low.
Because like we don't need to worry about the future. Let's just have a great time tonight.
Plus, do you get to see Tails at all during this this time? Like,
is that
Tails
better or worse?
No, it's better.
It's Valentine's Day. You want a buddy?
I mean, maybe the buddy is Tails. I like Tails.
Although I do think Sonic would be the kind of guy who's like, hey, my friend didn't have any Valentine's Day plans, so he's going to come along.
Yeah.
And you're like...
And Tails would be the guy who didn't have any Valentine's Day plans. Yeah.
And when he buys you flowers, he buys tail flowers too.
Right. Oh. Just wants everybody to feel included. Have a good time.
It's very sweet.
Oh,
yeah.
This is why he's my perfect Valentine's
All right.
Day.
Ryan?
Oh, it's my turn. Bowser.
Oh,
Bowser.
Okay.
So, Lizzie has already sort of established that Bowser goes all out.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. I think Mario Odyssey is the perfect example of that.
Right. He recruits a company. What are they? What are they called?
The Broods?
The Broodals, yes. To plan the perfect wedding. He travels all around the world to find the best cakes and dresses and whatever to throw the perfect wedding. It seems like Bowser is going to, and it's not about you, is the thing.
No,
that's
not at all.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. It's
but
about
for
him.
Valentine's Day, does it have to be about you? This isn't an anniversary.
Right.
It's not even Christmas. It's not Thanksgiving. It's like a made-up day about
Mm-hmm.
love as like demonstrable love. So why not have like a cookie cutter plug me in? He made so many plans.
Yeah, he made so many plans.
Yeah, and it is going to be a good. You're going to eat something great.
Mm-hmm.
Like great.
It's kind of like dating a mob boss, where like you couldn't question right? Like how he was able to achieve these things.
You would have to throw
like the amount of like human
morals.
suffering that it took in order to achieve it. So my vote is that Bowser goes to Patrick because I do think that there is a little bit of like Bowser's in on like the Valentine's Day joke. Like he's almost
it's performative.
It's like gilding the lily a little bit.
Yeah, so that because that it's like a it's so stupid I'm gonna do it perfectly.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
You want to go with Bowser?
I'll take Bowser.
All right.
All right. So I'm pulling the next name. Next up, of course, is Wario.
Of course.
So
Wario, I think, is just a bad date. I don't think there's any getting around it.
He's selfish.
He's farty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, smells terrible. Looks terrible.
Mean.
He's not thinking about you at all. I don't think he even likes having fun.
Wow.
He's kind of like a pig. Like, I think he just wallows.
But, like, a pig can be like, I like a pig.
But, like, okay, say it is, because Valentine's Day, it's on a Friday. So you worked all week.
Right.
It's the end of the day. You get home. It's time to like shower and do your hair and get ready for your date. And your date's with Wario. And I'm calling in sick. There's no way I'm going to put on uncomfortable shoes.
No.
And go hang out with Wario.
Well, and also he's going to pull up on that like yellow purple motorcycle. And you are likely going to die in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, and my hair will be ruined.
Yes.
And not that this is like the most important part of it, but also like it's gonna be embarrassing if your friends see you with Wario.
Oh
yeah, no, you're right. He
goes
in the dud pile.
No, yeah.
Dud pile. Sorry, Wario.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Our next one is Pit from Kid Icarus.
He's cute.
Pit is cute.
Yeah, he's really cute.
I told you about the time that we went to see Shakespeare in the Park and started talking to some kids about Smash Brothers because they heard Sarah and I talking about Mario, and this like 11-year-old kid while talking about Smash Brothers just started like laughing to himself and said, "I like Pit because he's handsome."
It's so cute.
It was great.
So that guy gets that kid.
Yeah.
He's perfect Valentine for that kid.
But Pit as a character, I think, is a little bit trickier. In like Kid Icarus Uprising and in like the Smash games, he is chatty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a little bit like when you go out on this date, you're not going to get a word in. I don't think.
Well, I think he's young, and so he still like cares about everything. Like he has so much like like capacity to care.
Yeah.
So he feels really strongly about a lot of stuff. Which can be exhausting.
Yeah.
How old is he?
I mean, he's like a god, sort of.
Yeah. Because if we're treating him like a kid, like an under 15 person,
sure,
and he is either a family friend or like my nephew,
right?
I'll be his Valentine because he probably doesn't have a lot of friends because he's got that energy.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I'll send him a Valentine. I'll ask him to be my Valentine. I'll be like, "You be my Valentine, buddy?" He's like, "Yeah."
And he'll be super excited
about
it.
And I'll send him like a pack of stuff with some fake bows and arrows and whatever. I'll send him the whole thing. I could be his Valentine on that level, but I don't want to date him. I don't think.
No.
Or wish him on either of you. I couldn't.
No.
In a good conscience.
And so, are you taking this Pit bullet? Is that what we're saying?
I don't want to call him a dud.
You're right, because he's not formed enough to be a dud.
Yeah, he's just a kid, and I think, and I would think that he's. I don't know that he has other options.
He just needs a friend.
Yeah, I'll be his friend.
Yeah, you'd be good at that.
Okay.
Hey, thanks.
All right, Pit goes to Ryan.
Okay.
And Ryan pulls the next name.
I should have prepped. Mark was really smart and prepped his.
I'm going to pull my next name right now.
KK Slider.
KK Slider.
So KK Slider is the musician dog from Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
He plays the guitar. He's a DJ. He does it all.
Yeah. Those two things for sure.
Those are two weird jobs to both have.
He can rock a club, or he can just do like a real mellow acoustic session.
What's his heart, do you think? Because you have to prefer one of those two.
I mean,
a DJ is not a musician. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was going to say that till I said it. But now that it's come out, I
mean, I think that he is primarily a singer-songwriter.
For sure.
Right? And then is a DJ when like that's what the occasion calls for.
Right.
Okay.
So, like a friend hires him to do their son's bar mitzvah.
Okay, so what if his Valentine's Day present to you is a song he wrote for you?
Oh,
is that embarrassing?
It
is
is,
that
it
good?
is, but
but
in
I
the
love
best
it.
way. Yeah, it's super embarrassing, but that's exactly what you want on Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
I also think that is all that it is. I think KK Slider shows up and says like, "Will you be my Valentine?"
Mm-hmm.
You say yes. He sings you the song that he wrote for you, and then leaves.
Well, he has a gig.
He's got a gig that night.
Oh yeah, it's
right.
Valentine's Day. He's booked.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
busy.
But that's it. I'm saying you spend 8.5 minutes with KK Slider,
You give
and
him
that's
a
your
kiss
Valentine.
goodbye.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that was very romantic.
I'm just saying the rest of these have all been like proper dates,
Right.
Or like, and
Yeah.
I don't think KK Slider takes you
But
out on
he
one.
really like thought about it beforehand.
Yeah.
To a degree. You don't actually
Yeah.
know if he like had just a song rattling around and like
Yeah, that song is at least half not about you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all songs are not really about you.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on.
So
Except for that You're So Vain song.
Oh my god, I never thought of it that way.
I'm not gonna lie, I really want KK Slider
I
to
think
be
you
my
should
I
have
think you
Valentine.
should have him.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so then I pulled Luigi.
Okay, so we talked about Luigi a little bit
Mhm.
when in contrast to Mario.
Yes.
And in contrast to the kind of cowardice that Captain Toad has.
Okay. Because Luigi is not a coward. He faces his fears.
Sometimes
he walks into that mansion.
Sometimes I feel like he does it only because there's a magical controller sticking out of him and I'm pushing the button to make him go.
You want the credit for being fearless.
Yes. Yes.
I do think that you're right in the sense that Luigi would not abandon Mario.
Right.
Yes.
Right? Like he
Yeah.
would not abandon his friends. So he is able to face his fears in that way
Mhm.
for sure.
But life isn't always life or death. So in a typical scenario, he may disappoint you with his lack of courage.
Yes. But that's fine. I mean, I feel like on a Valentine's Day situation, the only time that's really going to matter is if you guys like go to a bar and somebody starts like giving you gruff about something
Yeah.
and you're kind of looking to Luigi to be the one to
Yeah.
like
Mamma mia.
settle the situation.
Yeah, he would just like slide money on the on the counter at the bar and just like
And so
He's trying to pay off your bullying?
no, he's paying off your drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
He's
so,
gonna
like-
leave your credit card there. Is what I'm saying.
Wow.
So that might put kind of like a damper on the whole Valentine's thing, but it's only in that scenario because
Yeah.
otherwise I think Luigi would be a fine date.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can't think of like what would be like attractive or fun about that date.
No.
Like what I don't know what Luigi I think
He's definitely dud adjacent.
yeah.
He's dud adjacent, but I think that he would have no, and this was not my ideal situation, but he would have no qualms about like, let's put on our comfiest socks
Yeah.
and binge watch some show on Netflix that we neither of us really care about and just like have a quiet night being slugs. Like he
but
would
if
not
you
complain.
wanted to do something, like if you were willing
Yeah.
to be the impetus, then he would be like, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, of course. Let's
See,
go do that.
yeah.
I think even in the case of the like stay home in our
Mhm.
comfy socks and like watch Netflix, I think you have to be the one to suggest that.
Mm.
I think Luigi is, and I know many heroes in fiction and especially in video games are reluctant heroes,
Mhm.
but I think Luigi is the most reluctant hero. He never wants to do the thing that is forced upon him, but he does it. So I don't. He's not
Yeah.
going to make your plans.
Right.
Even if your plans are no plans, like you need to do it, and he'll be there to support you, which is nice in like a relationship sort of way.
Because he won't complain. Like he won't be like, oh, I just thought we could just stay home.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
You're right. He won't complain, but that's
That's a low bar.
guys.
He's
we
done
have
it,
a
Jason.
dud
He's-
section.
I
We
think-
gotta put him in.
I think
it.
he's a dud.
But if we ever talk about who would make a good husband, we can revisit.
Yeah.
Because he's fine.
That'll be a different show for wedding day.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Mark?
Next up is Hop from Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
So Hop is your rival in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and he is the little brother of the Pokemon champion of the region. And Hop, How would you describe Hop's personality, Mark?
To me, he is like the quintessential, like 10, 11-year-old where he's kind of snotty, but like he's a good kid.
Okay.
But just kind of like grumpy when he doesn't get his way and trying a little bit too hard to be cool.
He's also Hop is strange in that he always makes the worst decisions. Just every single time you meet him. Like when you pick your, and I know this happens in all the Pokemon games, when you pick your starter, he picks the starter that is weak to your starter. And just like every time you go into a fight with him, he loses bad and is always, but somehow is like collecting the badges right before you do every time. So like
nepotism.
Well, sure, that's a great point. So he succeeds through nepotism, but is largely incompetent.
Yes. Now, I hate to burden you with this, Ryan, but I think he falls into like the pit category.
Yeah, where
of,
it's like
needs
pity.
A friend.
Yeah, needs a friend. I'm willing to take him on.
I don't want all of Ryan's perfect Valentines.
Guys, well, I have Sonic.
No,
I cannot lose.
You're right. Okay, take Hop.
All right. Our next one is Ganondorf.
Ganondorf from The Legend of Zelda. Do we want to nail down a version of Ganondorf, or does it matter? I think this is probably Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Right? This is sort of like the quintessential Ganondorf. So ambitious.
Yes, very driven.
Someone who is used to being the only man in a society of women. And a thief, right?
Yes.
And a dark magic user. What does all this add up to?
I mean, I don't think he buys into Valentine's Day.
I don't think he does either.
He doesn't buy into Valentine's Day. That is for sure.
So I mean, I think he would help you like steal everyone's stuff on Valentine's Day.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you could go around, you could snuff all the candles at the romantic restaurant.
Yeah, he'd basically be the Grinch of Valentine's Day.
But I feel like Patrick could be into that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Especially aided by magic. Like, give me Ganondorf.
He's yours.
Ganondorf is. I have villains only.
Yeah.
Bowser and Ganondorf.
You set yourself up.
All right, next we are dealing with the fox or cat or the Overcooked, or just the chef from Overcooked.
I can't tell if it's a fox or a cat.
So like the main one I think is a cat, right?
But it's got some foxiness.
Yeah, okay.
So that one.
Right. So the main.
It's like it's kind of a tabby cat,
sure.
I guess.
Okay. So we'll go with the one that's for sure a cat.
Okay.
Because I think there also may be a fox. There's also like a raccoon in a wheelchair.
There's definitely a raccoon.
Yeah.
There's a robot.
Not the dog. Not
there's
the
a dinosaur.
Not the snowman.
Okay. So the cat from Overcooked.
So you're definitely staying in.
Tell me why?
Because I think
they're cooking.
Yeah, because they're cooking.
They don't take you to the restaurant that they just opened, and you get to.
Did they just open a restaurant, or are they going from like place to place?
Yeah, they seem like a sous chef.
That's interesting.
I don't think they make the menu.
I've always thought of them as like hired help.
Do you get through the date without having to help them make something?
No, and it is stressful.
Yeah.
Like you're on two different trucks. You're throwing ingredients back and forth.
That's right.
But also that would be so fun.
It would be.
It would be fun. It would be
really
a
fun.
story, if nothing else.
Yes. Well, who's driving the trucks? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, you don't know.
They definitely planned it, right? There's a menu.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, they
you know
totally
what you're gonna have. They like bought all the ingredients. They're like, don't worry about wasting anything. Tonight's all just about us.
Right. If you get overwhelmed, just start throwing buns into the garbage. I don't know, Mark. Do you think this one goes to you? Like, this is someone who, like, there will be something sweet involved. And like, it is the plans are all made for you, and you have to participate, and it'll be stressful. But like, the rest of it seems to line up with your perfect Valentine.
Yeah. So I won't fight it too hard.
Okay.
I will say, like, this is not my ideal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I think I'm okay with this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So the next one that I pulled is Bayonetta.
Oh man.
The titular character from the Bayonetta series.
Oh, Bayonetta. What do we do? What do we do with Bayonetta?
Here's my thought about Bayonetta.
We've talked about Bayonetta on same day shipping a couple times.
Yes. Because something about her really like trips me. And I think it's that she seems completely concocted for the male gaze.
Yes.
In a way that's like so overt that it may be trying to be ironic, but like I don't think that is successful. So then it just feels, it doesn't feel like she wants to wear that outfit.
Right.
Or that lick that lollipop.
Right. But she does.
So that's the thing. It's like, I want her to have like a Galentine's. And it doesn't have to, I mean, any one of the three of us could give her that But it's like, I want her to have a time where she's with someone in a platonic way who is not, she doesn't need to perform. And if she still wants to be her Bayonetta self, that's great. But like
she also
she doesn't have to.
Right. And it's got to be someone who isn't just like passively allowing her not to be the Bayonetta that she is, but who even verbalizes it, you know, to the point of being like, hey, you know, you don't have to do, like, we can just hang out and like have a nice time.
Right.
Which I guess this is flipping the script of like who's Bayonetta's ideal Valentine.
yeah. So let's fix this for Bayonetta.
I really trip on her because she's so
she
aggressive.
is tough, and because I know that there are people that read like Bayonetta's sexuality as something she is in control of, and as like an empowering character. But like for the life of me, I can't wrap my head around that. And she seems like, you know, a walking objectification. So who's Bayonetta's perfect date? Luigi?
I don't hate that.
I don't hate that. Well, because you know we talked about this before off mic, or maybe on another mic, but I think in the Smash Brothers universe that Luigi's perfect fit is Wii Fit model. Wii Fit Lady. So I think Wii Fit Lady and Luigi have Bayonetta over for Valentine's Day.
Sure, to demonstrate like a normal quiet night in. Yoga pants.
Yeah.
Just like chill. We can do stretches.
Right. Look how we're all wearing footwear that doesn't have guns on it.
Yeah, you don't need gun shoes. They don't wear shoes in that house.
No, definitely not.
No, definitely not.
They have slippers that you can put on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those slippers don't have guns on them.
Bayonetta's coming over. It's probably like, honestly, none of them work. So it's probably like 2:30 in the afternoon.
It's true.
Wii Fit Trainer works.
Wii Fit Trainer works, but like on a select schedule. Sure. Yeah. So like Bayonetta comes over. They're like, hey, come over whenever works for you. We're just hanging out. Wii Fit Trainer's like rolling up her yoga mat.
Yeah.
Luigi's probably like 3/4 through an episode of Golden Girls on Hulu.
Sure.
And they're just like, Bayonetta, like, come on in. It's just gonna be like super chill time.
She cartwheels in, and they're like, no. We're having a laid back evening, and she like can then also have a laid back time. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I think we need to rescue Luigi from
the duds,
from the dud pile, so that Luigi and Bayonetta, and then we can also just assume that the Wii Fit Trainer, if we encounter her, will also go in that weird little throuple.
I think that's fair.
Amazing.
Mark, do you have the next poll, or
I have lost track.
I have to.
I just pulled Bayonetta.
I think you just pulled Bayonetta.
Yeah,
that's what I thought, but I was like, oh.
Yeah.
All right. I pulled Zelda.
Again, I think we need to take a second to determine what Zelda we're talking about.
I think Ocarina of Time is also probably the easiest go-to.
So maybe like child Zelda, or because there are also two Zeldas, right? In Ocarina of Time. Because if she's adult Zelda, then she's also like moonlighting as like
Sheik.
A ninja warrior Sheik.
Yeah, let's do that. That seems more interesting to me.
So again, magic user. Secretive, right? So like has long drawn out plans. This is what's gonna happen. Is she's gonna like fake kidnap you or something, and then you're gonna wind up at a cool fancy restaurant, or
this is something that she's been planning for like months. Like she's been so excited to do this for you, and the reason she's been so excited to do it is because she is almost like burdened. Like she's very, as in she has a lot going on in her life. Like her job is really stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, she's been a little bit distant.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is her being like, hey, I knew Valentine's Day was coming up. I'm going to kind of like make it up to you. Not that she's doing anything wrong, but just like to show that she's like giving you that attention.
Now, it's hard to imagine in real life being fake kidnapped by your date and liking it. Do you imagine you would like that, Mark?
I would not like it.
I mean,
I would not like it.
I think you wouldn't like it, Patrick.
No,
I thought you would like it.
I thought you might like it.
I don't think I would now. I think there would have been a time in my life where I would have liked it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, what if we take the kidnapping down a notch and it's more like she set like more of a straight
like scavenger
surprise.
hunt.
Scavenger hunt's fun. I was thinking more like a surprise party kind of thing of like, oh, honey, I have to do a chic shift, so I'm not available tonight. But Mogge's gonna come by and she said she would hang out with you, so you're not lonely.
Sure.
And so then I go by. I'm like, let's go get pizza, and then I take you to a place in the middle of the woods, drop you off.
Right, blindfold me, spin me around.
Right, because I was gonna say because you've got places to be because you're hanging out with Sonic.
Oh
I have
2 children and a Sonic. My dance card.
Yeah, so you were like dropping him off in the
Yes.
middle of the woods. Yeah.
Is it wrong that I want to claim this one for me?
We're trying to give it to you.
Okay.
We
Ryan
want you to
was
have
putting in
it.
a lot of work
Just
to make
let,
that happen.
Let the record show that in my team over here, both Ganondorf and Zelda.
I mean, your choice is going to be tough, for sure.
Okay, then the next name that I pulled is the blob of a boy and his blob.
Okay. Some major red flags right off the bat.
Too selfless.
Too selfless. Like willing to throw himself into a pit.
Yes. Ability to become a pit if need be.
He can do anything.
He can do anything.
He can do a limited amount of things depending on the jelly beans that you have in your pocket, which puts a lot of burden on you to make sure this date goes
you have
right.
to have the right jelly beans.
Yeah.
It also means that so definitely not for Mark because you
he's
have
not
to
planning
supply
a
the
thing.
jelly beans. That's the opposite of what you want.
Yeah.
I feel like you could have fun but again, you'd have to plan hard.
Yeah.
But you could have fun with the blob in that he could be your sidekick.
Yeah.
To your adventures.
But like Blob has no sense of irony. He
That's
has
true.
no
He has
sense
no
of
sense.
self, possibly.
I think that is possible. I think like it has a sense of self in that like it has like self-preservation and like doesn't want to die, right?
It knows to eat the jelly beans.
It knows to eat the jelly beans.
Yeah.
It likes eating the jelly beans.
Mhm.
Does it, or is it just?
I don't know. I assume that it does.
I think it likes pleasing its boy.
That is definitely
Ryan.
That is definitely true. There, and you know, like the most recent version of Boy and His blog, there is a hug button, right? So they do have a relationship, but it might be more like dog human than that of peers.
That's true, and it's even worse than a dog in that you really are using that blob. For
right.
Like I love my dog, but I don't just like make him do things that make me happy, make my life easier.
Right.
I mean,
although if you did need to reach something on a really high shelf, it'd be nice if you'd be able to feed your dog a licorice jelly bean. And
does he
turn
become
it
a
into
ladder or
Yeah.
a step stool? Okay, all right. But so I mean, I think that we got to put this in the dud category,
yeah,
right?
I'm sorry, Blob.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, Blob.
Bye.
Just not a good Valentine's.
No, just not a good Valentine.
All right. Our next pick is Dr. Kawashima from the Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training series. This is a Japanese, an old man who is a Japanese doctor.
Okay.
Also, this is a real person, right?
It is a real person.
Okay, is he still with us?
He
think
is,
so.
as far as I know, he is still with us. So, plus sides, he's a doctor.
Right.
So
Very
if
good.
you have like anaphylactic shock during dinner, he's there.
Well, actually, I'm not sure if he's a medical doctor or
he might
like,
be like a psychologist.
Like
Right,
like a
yeah.
behavioral psychologist,
okay.
something like that.
But he would know somebody who knew what to do if he went into anaphylactic shock.
But
for
more
sure.
importantly, like a doctor, he makes money.
Yeah, and to get through med school, he probably had to like like he probably is good at goal setting.
Yeah.
And being on top.
Probably
of things.
knows a lot of good restaurants.
Well, and also like
yeah.
on the subject of goal setting, like that's what his whole thing is about, right?
Yes, at least in the video game.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's what we have to measure him
That's
by.
what all of. We're not talking about Sonic at home. It's all the video game.
Mark, we have a special surprise. Dr. Kawashima is here. Walks through the door of my apartment. Yeah, because like the games are all about like they're just little brain training exercises, and every day you're supposed to play for like 10 minutes, and every day they get just a little bit harder, and it assesses your new brain age, which is younger and younger as you get better and better. So I do worry that if you're going on a Valentine's date with him, that he is going to be constantly like measuring your brain age.
I think that is a concern. I will say that he will always be supportive, even if he finds your brain age to be
too high.
But can you ever really relax with someone who's testing you?
Yeah,
or do you want to relax at Valentine's Day? We're not talking about life partner. We're just talking about date.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be weird to go on a date with someone who is constantly evaluating your mental capacities.
It would be intimidating if nothing else.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know that he doesn't pretend to have like the perfect brain age. He's the one that is just like the expert in being able to tell you the results, right? Like, it wouldn't be. It's like it's like
that's almost worse.
No, I don't think. I think it's like a radiologist, right? Where they can look at the X-ray and be like, your bone is broken, but they're not constantly measuring your bones.
Yeah, that's true.
And saying this bone sucks. That's not what's happening.
You're right. He doesn't sound that much fun.
Yeah, he doesn't sound fun to
me. That is a problem. I am not going to lie. I think he's the perfect date for me. Maybe not the perfect date. But I think,
I don't know, you said it.
Yeah. But I definitely think he goes into my group.
Yes.
You can take
it.
To see if he might be your one true Valentine.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, next we have Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Now.
He has the bod.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He got that Kong bod.
He's got a Kong bod. He sometimes wears a tie.
Yes.
It's a good look.
Which you know that he can meet your parents.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, he can pull it together.
Here's the thing. He's not going to take you to a good restaurant.
No,
but... What define good?
Yeah, it's not going to be fancy.
Something that serves anything but bananas. I don't think he eats anything that's not a banana.
But do you think that he would be cognizant of that and be like, I'm going someplace I can get bananas, or like a plantain, but you can also get something for you.
You don't think he drinks beers?
No, maybe he drinks beers. The problem with Donkey Kong...
I think he's taking you to a place that has peanuts and beers and pretzels.
Which is fun.
Look, I mean, he wears a tie, you get a beer with him. Is he running for president?
Here's the thing about Donkey Kong, is that he feels the most animal of the Kongs. Like, all the rest of them feel way more anthropomorphic. They wear more clothes.
Yeah.
He's got a very, like, he's almost like the Tasmanian devil on the TV show Tasmania.
Yeah.
That, like, the rest of them have jobs and stuff and speak normally. And then Taz is, a tornado and just wrecks stuff.
Right. I mean, I guess, do we ever see any of the playable characters in the original Donkey Kong Country speak? Because, like, Donkey, Diddy, Dixie, I don't think they ever speak, but like all the other Kongs around them totally do. So I agree with your point.
Yeah. But it's hard to say. Like, I think if there is, I think he's mute effectively, which doesn't make him dumb, I guess. But
no, it doesn't make him dumb.
It doesn't make him dumb, and he's not. But like I wonder if he's more animal than we're like giving him credit for.
Yeah, I feel like he also, I don't know if he has a sense of romance. He definitely has a sense of anger.
Well, so going back to the like instruction booklet for the original Donkey Kong Country, we learned that Candy Kong is Donkey Kong's girlfriend.
Oh.
Okay, so I would at this point like to table any future discussion of Candy Kong for the time being.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. I feel like this is gonna come back around. So
I don't think he's fun enough for me.
Oh wow. Okay. Because
I mean, I think again, yeah.
You're more of a Funky Kong kind of gal.
I am, honestly. But I mean, I don't think he's a dud.
I don't think he's a dud either.
He's not a super stud either.
No, but see,
so one of us has to take him. Is what I'm saying. Or we can pair him up with Wario.
I mean, can I take him?
See, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think you can take him I don't think he really fits.
I don't think he fits anywhere.
But I don't hate the idea of pairing him up with Wario. He'd look good on the back of a bike.
Okay, now that is definitely true.
And Wario talks all the time, and Donkey Kong doesn't talk.
And they're both gonna smell bad, right? It'll be fine.
If that motorcycle goes into a ditch, Donkey Kong can pull it out.
Oh, he'll be fine.
All right, pair them up. They're both rescued from the dud corner.
It would be so great if we could get all the duds.
It would be really great.
Do we have other duds at the moment?
We do.
Oh, yeah, the Slippy and
and Mario's in there as well.
Yeah, Mario is also in there. Okay, I have pulled now the villager from Animal Crossing.
So this is interesting because the villager can kind of be whatever you want.
Yes.
Aesthetically, anyways.
So in some ways, this is a date with yourself. Right? If the villager is just like the player's avatar in the Animal Crossing world, this is a date with yourself.
This seems like a good fit for you.
I'm taking it.
It is definitely the Valentine that you will get out of it what you put in.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, and your attitudes will match each other exactly.
Right, because I am me.
You'll want to do the same thing or not want to do the same thing.
Yep.
You could give or not give gifts, right? All day. Okay, well, I hope we're all holding it in our mind because I pulled Candy Kong.
Oh, Candy Kong. We've already given her boyfriend away.
Which is fine. They're not right for each other.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't think they're right for each other either. What are Candy Kong's attributes?
So Candy Kong is not unlike Bayonetta,
right?
In that she is a hypersexualized ape.
Yes.
And it
is either wearing a wig or has frightening blonde hair on top of her monkey head.
The thing with Candy Kong, though, is that like it doesn't feel performative to me. Like I think Candy Kong is very comfortable being who Candy Kong is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like I think it is like like I think that just is like she likes wearing that bathing suit, and you know she likes her blonde hair.
I mean, the thing with Candy Kong is that she is not especially viewed next to Funky Kong, right? That they're both just like, oh, I guess that's just what this monkey is into.
Yeah.
Right? Like this monkey wears a bandana and sunglasses and always holds a surfboard under his arm. Like that's who he is and what he does.
Impractical for going through doors, but otherwise, yeah.
Who needs to go inside?
Okay, so Candy Kong we feel is genuine.
Yes.
She is sweet. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, it's genuine, but like if she I think that she could have the like one, she dated Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
So I think she's burned on romance a little bit. So I think she could have the emotional distance from something like Valentine's Day to get into the like not necessarily being earnestly into Valentine's Day. Like
also, I think she's her authentic self, but I don't think that necessarily makes her like kind or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, because you say she's sweet. Is she sweet?
I don't know. I mean, she blows kisses to you when you're there to save your game.
Yeah, but like a lot of people blow kisses.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So she might be a dud.
She might be a dud. I'm looking who else like Slippy.
Yeah, who's available?
So not to denigrate Candy in like needlessly.
Yes.
Yeah. But to me, Candy and Slippy kind of make a great couple in the way that the Queen of Hearts and the King of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland make a good couple, in that they're just like perfectly matched comedically.
It would be funny.
It would be funny. The King of Hearts, what are his characteristics?
I remember nothing of him.
Is he like doofy?
No, he's like just very the Queen of Hearts is like large and loud and in charge, and so the King of Hearts
psychotic.
Yes, and the King of Hearts is very like he's physically very tiny. He's
Mhm.
demure. He says things only occasionally, and that's to back up what the Queen said.
Okay.
Like he doesn't really have like thoughts of his own. I think he's a little bit afraid.
Well, I do think Candy would probably function best as the alpha in a relationship.
And Slippy needs an alpha. I think they're an okay match. I'm worried about just putting duds together for the sake of putting duds together.
I think that's fair. Okay. Yeah, I think that's
more
fair.
duds ahead.
We may
that's
have more
true.
duds
We may
ahead.
have more duds ahead.
So she is currently in the dud bank.
She is in the dud.
Yeah.
Okay. Simon Belmont.
From Castlevania, a vampire and monster hunter.
Another driven person.
Perhaps too driven. This is one where, although if he's going to engage in Valentine's Day in any way, it's going to be with like a Halloween-y flair to it.
That's
You're
fun.
going to get a heart-shaped box of candy, but there's going to be a steak sticking out of it, right?
Right.
Or maybe it'll be shaped like an anatomical heart.
Yeah, that's good too. Or it's just a regular heart-shaped box, and you open it up, it's full of blood.
Yes, like hearts.
I think I want Simon Belmont.
But he's not macabre, right? Like he himself
sure,
is
he's trying to get rid of that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Not to say that you shouldn't take Simon Belmont, but just that I think we should give him a fair shake.
Right. Okay. Well, what is a date with Simon Belmont like?
So first of all, he's always checking the moon. Right? Like
just in case.
It's just a little bit distracting.
Right.
But he's conscious of it. Like he knows that he's doing it.
Does he apologize?
At the beginning, and then after a while, you're just like, do you know what? Don't worry about it. Like, I get it.
Yeah. Right.
You don't have to apologize.
Right.
Like,
if you won't give me the side eye for checking Twitter again, I won't give you the side eye for checking the moon again.
Right.
Got it. I mean, I'll take. I think he's gonna take me to some cool castle that like there's probably gonna be some danger there, but like I feel like I'm safe with him.
I mean, you're saying all these things,
and
I feel like it should go to Ryan for all of these reasons.
I think we would have an adventure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess you're right. That really is more.
But I do think that it wouldn't necessarily be a traditionally romantic.
But it's not necessarily ironic, though, is the thing.
I think it would be a thrill.
I think he's more...
Because definitely, I mean, vampires are coming.
We're
That's
true.
We're not having a night together vampires.
But the thing is that, like, we'll see, this is what I'll say, is that it is an inevitability that vampires are coming, but you don't know for sure that it's tonight. Like, I think you could get through a day and a night without any vampires.
Now, my experience with Simon Belmont, though, is that every night is a terrible night for a curse. So there are going to be vampires every night.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is the risk you run, 100%.
And I apologize because I am not as familiar with Castlevania. How do his compatriots fare? Does he save people, or is he a lone person because everyone he loves gets killed by vampires? Like, am I going to die on this date?
I mean,
you run the risk.
Yeah, you run the risk of
dying.
I
won't lie to you.
Also, he runs the risk of dying.
For sure. Or, I mean, he's a little bit cursed for all time.
Yeah, in Castlevania 2, he, even like in the good endings, he dies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just like, did he manage to kill Dracula forever? So, yeah, like, is there like a 50-50 shot that on this date, he's going to be locked into some sort of death battle with Dracula, from which he may not return, and even if he does, there's another 50-50 shot that like Dracula will be reborn and he'll die of a terrible curse.
Absolutely.
All of these things are possible.
Yes. Okay.
All
but
possible.
That being said, I think that the kind of date you're going to have is more like the kind of date you're going to have with Sonic than the kind of date you're going to have with Ganon.
That's a great point.
And honestly, you know, it's sort of like the Sonic date in that like this is going to be a wild night.
And or it might not be, and that's like to me, I don't know.
But it's always a terrible night for a curse.
I know, but I think either way, whatever, at the end of this date, I don't know that we'll ever hang out again.
Yeah.
But I will remember Simon forever.
And you are getting a piece of the New Yorker for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely. That's why I go on dates. It's all about the content.
Okay, so I am already having a tough time with this one.
Okay.
Oh no.
The next name is Ash Ketchum.
Okay.
Pokemon
is it
protagonist.
I misspelled it?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea how it's spelled. Because there is so much Ash that I don't know. that is out there. I feel like I need a little bit of Mark. How well do you know Ash?
I know him by reputation mostly.
Yeah.
So
well, he's a Pokemon master.
Right.
Yes.
He is very good at it.
The very best, like no one ever was.
He is not necessarily a stay in one place kind of guy. So
travels from region to region.
From region to region. He isn't always the best when he walks in, but he leaves being the best.
And most recently was like didn't he win like the Pokemon Championships in Alola?
So he doesn't walk in being the best, he leaves being the best. Is that from like a date perspective, from like a Valentine's perspective, right? How does that manifest itself? Is that a desirable thing?
I mean, I think it means he works hard. I do think he's probably very good at goal setting and plan. Like, I think he would, if he decided showing you a good time on Valentine's Day was important to him, he would do the work to make that happen.
Yeah.
He may use his Pokemon slaves to like execute parts of it,
also,
which may be a little because there is something about that, like the animals being kept in the ball. Where are they? They're like in the nether or something.
Yeah.
There's something to it that feels like
well,
I like seeing Pokemon free.
When they're out, he's making them fight other Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, with the exception of his Pikachu, that he is like
that is his buddy.
He is very kind to the Pikachu, and they are buddies.
I feel like Ash is very like internally motivated. So that's a point in his favor for sure.
The thing with Ash is I feel like he may be too, and I know we already talked about a Pokemon character, but I think Ash is even more of this than Hop is, too focused on just Pokemon, right? Like, I don't know that you're going to be able to have a little bit like Rosalina, right? That like his world is just so much, not like bigger than yours is, but just so different that all he's going to do is focus on these animals and on Pokemon and like what it means to be the best Pokemon trainer. I don't know if there's any room for Valentine's Day.
I also think that like you and I are kind of like eliminated off the bat because I just don't think we know you're in the sense that he is so Pokemon focused that I just don't think we could really have a conversation with him that wasn't more just like really superficial or asking him questions about himself.
I think all he wants to do is talk about Pokemon. He's also fairly young.
Yeah.
So there's a piece of it too. It's like, am I his first crush?
Right.
Because that's a different dynamic. But that's also so much. He'd be such an intense.
I think Ash,
he's obsessive.
I think Ash is a little bit of a dud.
I think in terms of Valentine's, I was.
Were you just about to pair him with the Blob from A Boy and His Blob?
That's where he belongs.
Because I think that's right. Ash just needs to use Pokemon, and the Blob just needs to be used.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe
some of them want to use you.
They maybe stay in the dud section.
But together.
Paired up.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Heartbreaker, though.
The next pick is Marina from Splatoon 2.
Marina, one of the idols from Splatoon 2.
So my thought immediately goes to Super Stud.
Yeah.
Like way out of my league for sure.
Yeah, she's super hot.
Yeah.
She's super cool. She's a mega celebrity in the world of Splatoon.
She doesn't have time to go on a date with me for Valentine's Day, and I would never ask her to.
And if she did,
it would make her less cool.
It would make her less cool.
Her dating any of us would just destroy her character. So we can't let it.
Super Stud.
I mean, not that we should pair up our super studs, but if she and Rosalie,
power couple, 100%.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Changing lives. Our next one is Princess Peach.
A basic one that we are now getting around to. No, it's good. It's good. But
I mean, I think she also qualifies as basic in this slander way.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Now, she definitely bakes you a cake. Right?
Yeah, she bakes you a cake.
Invites you over to the castle. But maybe something bad happens at the castle?
But it's not her fault.
No, that's true.
Yeah, she has some really jerk ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, and you're like, if you went on a date, you'd always be worried about running into them.
Yeah. Okay, but what if it's like Princess Peach in post first part of the game Odyssey?
This is exactly what I was going to say.
She's traveling the world. She's like on a eat, pray, love adventure.
She's wearing that awesome kimono with the fire flowers on it.
She's adorable.
Oh my God.
I feel like if you ran into her in the Mario version of Morocco.
Yeah.
On Valentine's Day. Like, she would you guys could have a great time.
Yeah.
You would, like, never obliquely, like, straight up say it's Valentine's Day.
No.
But you would, like, I'm saying this to Patrick because I feel like it's Patrick's.
Right. Because I feel like we would have a special day, a special night.
You'd have such a special time.
You would have a special time. And there would be these moments of, like, I'm glad I didn't meet you on the 15th.
Yeah, definite wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I like that. I like that a lot. I think it is interesting that Peach sort of needs the like super late in the character's life reveal that she likes to travel and like that she's going to visit she needs to be freed from Mario and Bowser is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, the next name is again Rosalina.
So it was bound to happen.
Goes back into the
Super Studs. All right, next name is Roy, the Koopa Kid.
Wow, Roy. Roy's pretty cool.
Roy is very cool.
Roy is our favorite of the Koopa Kids. We ranked him number 1 on our very first ranking episode. Best of the Koopa Kids. Is kind of a tough guy.
He is kind of a tough guy. Has like the sunglasses, would wear them indoors no matter what.
Yeah.
But you would just have to be like okay with that.
Yeah.
Like even if you went to see a 3D movie, he would like keep the sunglasses on and just put.
Does he have like 3D versions of those glasses?
I don't think so. I think he would be wearing the 3D glasses.
I mean,
over
that's commitment
the
to
sunglasses.
A look.
Yeah.
Is he too cool to do Valentine's Day?
So I think he might be too rude to do Valentine's Day, but he's definitely not too cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if actually all of the Koopa Kids are too rude to do Valentine's Day. Right? Like they are not romantics even like as we talked about Bowser, right?
Yeah.
And Bowser is going to show you a good time because it's a performative, right? And I don't think that Roy or Ludwig or any of the Koopa Kids would buy into any of that.
No, and I don't even think they'd like do a performative good time.
No.
Like they might do the opposite where they like it's like performatively bad to show like how much they don't care about Valentine's Day.
And okay, I know they're kids. How kids are they?
I actually don't really know that they are kids.
Yeah,
I
don't know if they're
the children of. Is that
and they're not even technically the children of Bowser.
Right, so it might just be like a name that we call them in like a grouping.
I think if
like the Backstreet Boys.
I think if we make Roy post-adolescent, I think he would not in front of any other kids. Of the kids, I think he would try to woo Candy Kong.
Oh,
that is a
really
good pairing.
I think. I'm not. And they could have like he would try, but he would try to not seem like he was trying. But she would also see through it because she's been around the block and she's like,
she's dated Donkey Kong.
She dated freaking Donkey Kong.
I mean, they would definitely go behind a diner and smoke cigarettes together.
Oh my God! And he would like cough a little, and she would. Child, and then she'd blow a perfect smoke ring.
Yes.
Which isn't cool. But she'd do it.
But she would do it cool.
Yeah.
I got Toad.
Just regular old Toad.
Regular Toad.
So I have Captain Toad, but I don't feel like I think Captain Toad is a little more driven than Toad is.
And maybe a little bit more fleshed out too. Like Toad is such like a ubiquitous character in Mario that I actually have a little bit of a hard time nailing down a personality for it. Because they're everywhere, right? Like, are they? Is Toad the Toad that's like helping Mario put tires on his cart for Mario karting, or is this the Toad that like Peach, whips out to like block a projectile and smash? So I almost feel like Toad needs to be disqualified.
Wow.
Removed from consideration in entirety.
Cannot have a Valentine.
Neither stud nor dud. An entity of no Valentine.
Wow, poor Toad. He better go to the military to become captain.
Okay, so this brings us to our last name.
Okay.
And that name is Link.
Okay.
The hero of Hyrule. Hero of time, probably.
He is romantic.
He's romantic. He's super cute.
He's adorable.
Yeah.
He's good at swords.
He's very good at swords.
He's resourceful.
He's got a horse.
He's got a horse. He can climb.
Yeah, he is well regarded in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if he takes you somewhere, like, you're going to have a good time. People are going to feel as though they owe him.
He's can be a good cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
But that doesn't mean that you're going to like necessarily stay at home or something. Like you could still.
No, I think you're going on an adventure.
I think you're going on an adventure.
You may end up hiking. You're probably hiking.
You're hiking. He's very outdoorsy.
Yes.
Oof.
He loves rock climbing. He does drive a Subaru. He loves rock climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you're gonna have to be really like an outdoors person.
Yeah.
For it to be a long-term relationship. On like a Valentine's, he might like be able to rein it in.
I feel like he'd make you hike to go look at something.
And it would be worth it when you got up there, though.
It would be pretty, but there would be
Wow.
for sure. It would be pretty for sure. But there would be times like on your way down where you're just kind of thinking like,
why didn't we bring some Cliff Bars?
To eat? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think he'd think to bring a bottle of wine.
He has
because he's fine.
He has like a Camelback that he like always has with him, but like he doesn't have two.
No.
Here's something we have to consider because this has very quickly become the Breath of the Wild Link.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That means that he is supernaturally attractive, right?
Look, and that might be worth it alone.
Right. Because every NPC that you encounter in that game is uncomfortably attracted to Link. Whether he's wearing clothes or if you show up in your boxer shorts, people don't know what to do. Yeah. They flip out. So this is part of it, is that
he's really attractive.
He's really, really attractive.
Oh my God, you have to talk to so many people though.
Oh yeah,
everybody wants to talk and you got to have conversations.
Yeah. You can't go to the grocery store. Like that will be a whole thing. Like you have to be like, if he's like, hey, oh, can we just like stop? And you're like, no, let's just like Postmates it.
Yes.
Let's just get it delivered. I'll run into the store. Tell me what you want. Like, tell me what you need. Like, and you're taking pictures of Cliff Bars and being like, is this the one you're looking for?
Like, I don't know. Just get one.
But I'm not going to lie. Like, he's so cute. Like,
he is so cute. I think you can have him, Mark. Okay. I mean, I'm giving up my claim to him. It's too much. It's too much. He's too much work.
And there's no irony in Link.
No,
so,
there's none.
So, Mark, you get to have him.
Okay.
Okay, so now the three of us need to come up with our perfect Valentine from our small pools. But just to review some of the couples that we have already come up with. So Bayonetta and Luigi obviously got to tack on to that the Wii Fit trainer.
Yes.
Because they're just going to have a nice grounded time for once in Bayonetta's life. Donkey Kong and Wario. This is kind of a they take each other off the board pairing, right? But also I think they'd have like dangerous fun together, and that'd be okay.
And it maybe would turn into something unexpected.
Yes.
Right. Next we have Roy and Candy Kong, just trying to impress each other, smoking outside of the diner. Ash Ketchum and A Boy and His Blob. That makes sense as well.
We have Slippy Frog and Mario is also
Mario is over here
somewhere, but I don't think they belong together.
No, they don't.
They do either.
Honestly, Mario really needs to work on himself before he's ready to go on dates.
I mean, he needs to work on what he can offer someone else, right? He needs to learn that there's more to life than running and jumping. Find out what someone else's run and jump is.
Aww.
and then help them do that.
If you wanted to write that like a advice book, I think you could do it.
And then of course we have the unstoppable stud couple of Rosalina and Marina from Splatoon 2.
And in the opposite spectrum, cast out into darkness is Toad.
Into the nether realm of non-Valentinity, Toad. All right. Do you have Mark, have you given it? Have you thought about who your perfect Valentine
Okay, so
is?
my group is Dr. Kawashima from Brain Training, Link from The Legend of Zelda, Fox the cat thing from Overcooked, Captain Toad, and KK Slider. I need your guys' help with this, I think.
Yeah, you've got some good ones.
Yeah. So Dr. Kawashima, I really respect his work, but I don't think is my perfect Valentine.
Dismissing him right now.
The Fox cat thing from Overcooked is just too stressful.
That's right.
Captain Toad, I think just personalities aren't right.
Okay.
Like I think I'm a little too mellow.
Yeah. And he's always up.
And
always
then
cheery.
so that leaves us with Link and KK Slider.
Mark, here's the thing. I don't think this is a contest. I think it's KK Slider all the way.
Remember, he's going to sing you a song that he wrote probably for you.
At least partially for you. He customized the lyrics to be about you, if nothing else.
Right. And I'll never have proof that he after he left singing me the song that he wasn't going to other people's houses and singing the same song, replacing the name, but it won't matter.
And he's not asking anything of you.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to put anything in.
That's so true.
And when he leaves, you can order Postmates.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want. Link is a little bit too much work. I'm just not the outdoorsy guy.
He's
we
a babe, though.
He is a babe, but KK Slider's also kind of a babe.
Yeah.
So, all right, I think.
Is KK Slider the only animal in Animal Crossing who doesn't wear clothes? Is that right?
Does he sometimes wear hats? I feel like he can, but he could wear clothes if he wanted to.
Right. He
doesn't need to. I'm picturing him with a fedora, but I don't know if that's just some kind of deviant art in my brain.
So yeah, I feel really good about KK Slider being my ultimate Nintendo Valentine.
I think that's perfect.
Congratulations.
Ryan, do you want to go next, or do you want to close this out?
No, I'm happy to go next.
Okay.
I have two. It's kind of in two groups. One is Hop from Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pit from Kid Icarus, and they're really there because I feel bad because I don't think they have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
But I don't need to sacrifice myself with Valentine.
No, totally
Those
not.
Are not
yeah.
my true Valentine. Now we're down to Sonic the Hedgehog and Simon Belmont. I think both of these evenings would be evenings I would never forget.
Yeah.
But I really think Sonic and I would have. I'd be laughing so hard, but running so fast I couldn't even breathe.
You would have so much fun.
Yeah, I think that
would
be
just
great.
So much fun. So I think he's my true Valentine. Go see Sonic when it comes out tomorrow.
Now, just very quick question: this year, if Sonic the Hedgehog is your Valentine, do you see his movie with him?
He's not sitting.
He's not going to sit through his movie.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
I mean, that's why Sonic and I can never spend the rest of our lives together because I like seeing movies. You never get to see a whole movie.
No, he doesn't have the patience.
No, I mean you can watch it, but he's off doing. He doesn't sit down for 2 hours.
No.
Okay, so that brings it down to me, and I've got Ganondorf, Zelda, Princess Peach, Bowser, and the Villager. And I'm going to take the Villager out right away just because I don't actually want to spend Valentine's Day with myself.
You're great, though.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet. I'm also going to take Ganondorf and Bowser out of it because of the inherent danger element. These are villains. And while I asked for some irony and some detachment, this is maybe just too much.
Okay, but do you remember Bowser, how he does things perfectly as
I know.
a sense of irony?
Yeah,
that was a pretty great discovery.
Yeah, I mean, I respect your right to choose whoever you want to be your perfect Valentine, but I will say that I actually don't think being with Bowser is that dangerous.
No.
You don't think it's dangerous?
No, not particularly.
I feel like you're going to get crushed by something. There's going to be one of those thwomps around.
Bowser might.
He might get crushed.
He
might
may
get
light
set
you on fire accidentally. He breathes fire.
I don't know that you can look at any of his exes and find that they've been burned.
That's a good point.
I don't think he would do that to the person he's dating.
Well, here's the other thing.
He's also a bad guy, and you're a good guy, so it would never work.
He's a bad guy, and also Lizzie already claimed him. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Also
He's
true.
Technically
yes.
off the board.
Lizzie.
Right. That leaves me with either Zelda or Princess Peach. I got some classics here.
You really do.
Did, and like conventional classics.
Yeah. Well, and like then also their opposites, Ganondorf and Bowser. But I gotta go with the Princess Peach as we bless you, Mark.
Bless you.
As we the end of Odyssey, where she tours the world,
amazing,
and is wearing awesome outfits, and we're doing Valentine's, but it's a sly Valentine's.
Yeah.
So I'm can't believe I'm saying this. Princess Peach is my perfect Valentine.
I think it's a good pick.
It is a great pick, but you're right. You wouldn't have picked Sonic for me.
No.
But
and I would have picked KK Slider for Mark. Ryan, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for having me. It was so fun.
Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Yes. I do a few podcasts, one of which is Same Day Shipping, which I do with Patrick, as well as our friends Kelly Nugent and Colin Morris. And then a friend of mine and I, Colin, we do a podcast where we're rewatching Veronica Mars. It's called Come On Now, Sugar. You can find it wherever you listen to your podcasts. It's very in-depth, so please, you probably want to watch the episodes first, because we get very serious about Veronica Mars.
Yeah, it is indulgent in the best possible way.
Yes.
Like, if you want to listen to 3 hours of conversation on 2 hours of television, check out Come On Now, Sugar.
You want to just wallow in, like, passionate fandom, because we love it so much. If you're more interested in just, like, skipping through fandom, then listen to Same Day
But I feel like
Shipping.
there's such a need for podcasts like this because of like streaming, people are coming to shows at all different times, and you don't always have somebody to talk to about it. So I love when like people do these deep dives, because then you can have these kind of conversations anytime.
Right. No. Or at least imaginarily in your head as they're being had at
just
you.
as good.
No, it's amazing. It's I'm not saying the podcast is amazing.
The podcast is amazing. It's a good show.
No, but the experience of getting to like talk to a friend so seriously about this thing that we both love and create the show that when I was a solitary fan, I would have loved to listen to is just, I'm glad podcasting exists.
So check out Come On Now, Sugar. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us, Ryan.
Thanks for having me, guys.
That was fun.
I think we really did find our perfect matches.
Yes. And I think we found many suitable matches.
Yes.
But landed on the perfect ones.
For sure.
But I would like to know what our listeners' perfect matches are. But here's the thing. I don't know that I trust our listeners to just declare it. Do you?
No, I mean, I think part of the fun is getting other people's like opinions.
Yeah.
So we would
have
love
something forced upon you that doesn't feel quite right.
So we would love to play Nintendo Matchmaker for you, dear listener.
That's right.
And the way you can do that is by emailing us a little something about yourself.
Yeah, so just email us at the Nintendo Cartridge Society
at gmail.com. Tell us a little bit of something about you, your likes, your dislikes, what you are looking for in a Valentine, and then include 3 Nintendo characters for us to choose from.
And we will determine which of them is your perfect Valentine's match. And let me tell you this, you probably know this about us anyway. If we think of another Nintendo character that's an even better fit,
we'll do that anyway.
Yeah, we'll do that anyway. We don't adhere to even our own rules.
No, I mean, right now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't put Little Mac in the bowl.
Yeah, it's a crime that we did not talk about romancing Little Mac. Another super hunk on the caliber of Link, right?
Maybe even more grounded.
Yeah. Oh, you think the boxer is more grounded than the magical elf
Possibly.
man?
We'll never be able to talk about it.
Great point. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. Remember, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. If you like the episode, you can share it on Facebook or Twitter. On Twitter, I'm at Patrick_Ellers. Mark is at MKE Mitchell, and the show is at Nin Cart Society. There's also a Facebook page, which is occasionally updated, and that's just Nintendo Cartridge Society. Olivia Duncan made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can get more of his music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Ellers saying Happy Valentine's Day, and thank you for listening.
Have you ever encountered an unexplained hairy bipedal hominid in the woods?
Have you received telepathic messages from an unidentified aerial phenomenon?
If so, then you need to listen to Bigfoot Collectors Club. I'm Michael McMillan.
And I'm Bryce Johnson.
And together with super producer
Riley Bray,
we make up the Bigfoot Collectors Club.
That's right. Every week we talk to actors, comedians, writers, and paranormal experts about their personal paranormal histories and share stories of high strangeness.
Like the time when we talked to Craig Ferguson about the Loch Ness Monster and when a sea witch told him he had raven magic.
Or the time I asked Pitch Perfect's Anna Camp her opinion on cattle mutilations. Past guests have included Rachel Bloom, Jen Kirkman, Paul F. Tompkins, Bobcat Goldthwait, and more.
So if you've ever been abducted alongside 5 reindeer by an alien with drills for hands or witnessed Bigfoot crawl out of an interdimensional portal,
don't laugh, happens all the time.
Then check out Bigfoot Collectors Club on Campfire Media or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bigfoot Collectors Club, you're here to believe us.
Wait, is that how it goes?
Campfire.